A long time ago, there was a famine in the town of Bethlehem. So, a man named Elimelech, who lived in Bethlehem, took his wife and 2 sons and moved to the country of Moab. But a few years later, Elimelech died from an illness. Soon after, his 2 sons married Moabite women. 10 years passed. After about 10 years, the 2 sons also died, leaving just Naomi and her 2 daughters-in-law, Orpah the elder and Ruth the younger. Israel was no longer suffering a famine. Naomi wished to return to her homeland.
I shall return to my homeland.
Before returning to her homeland, Naomi called for her 2 daughters-in-law, Ruth and Orpah.
Go back, each of you, to your mother's home. I will return to my homeland.
The 3 of them wept together. Orpah, still weeping, left for her own home. But Ruth, the good daughter-in-law, clung to Naomi and said to her,
"Where you will go, I will go. Your God will be my God. So please, don't tell me to leave you."
And so Ruth left with Naomi for the town of Bethlehem in Israel.
Naomi, is that really you? You have aged.
People talked about Ruth as well.
She is such a good daughter-in-law.
It was time to harvest the barley. People went out into the fields to pick up the grain. But Naomi and Ruth had no field and no one helped them.
"Mother-in-law, let me go out into the fields and pick up the leftover grain."
Ruth, the good daughter-in-law, went out into the fields to find food. When Ruth was collecting grain for the field, the owner of the field, Boaz, saw Ruth.
I have not seen that young woman before. She's very diligent.
Boaz asked one of his servants,
Who is that young woman?
Yes, she is the Moabite who came back from Moab with Naomi. She's a very good daughter-in-law.
Boaz told the servants,
Pull out some stalks for Ruth from the bundle, and let her gather as much grain as possible.
Ruth returned home and told her mother-in-law everything that had happened.
Where did you gather so much grain?
"Mother-in-law, I worked on the field owned by a man named Boaz."
He is a close relative. Be sure to glean in his field only.
Naomi thought to herself about how wonderful it would be for Ruth and Boaz to marry. Boaz was pleased with Ruth, who worked diligently on the field every day. And so, Naomi blessed the 2 of them and their marriage to one another. Finally, Boaz and Ruth got married. Boaz held a party for a few days to celebrate. Many people attended the party to celebrate with the couple and to congratulate and bless them. God blessed Boaz and Ruth and gave them a son. Naomi was also pleased with them. Boaz named his son Obed. Obed was the grandfather of David, who was Israel's greatest king.